Yo, what's happening everybody, and welcome back to a brand new Modern Warfare 2 video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why Infinity Ward should ignore you and just continue to make the game exactly how they want. I know that's a mad statement. Now, don't click off the video. Look, listen, I know that's a mad statement here. But do you know what? Before we close the door, let's at least have a look inside and see why people might be saying that. I'm sure for anybody who watched my last video on why Modern Warfare 2 could potentially kill the entire Call of Duty franchise because it's a 2-year Call of Duty and because Infinity Ward are ego devs, which, by the way, a lot of people seem to love me saying that they're ego developers. It's so true, it really is so true. After making that video, I swear it was like clockwork. I was like, should I really upload that video? Might come across as a little bit negative. I swear, like 20 minutes after publishing that video, Infinity Ward put their beta feedback thing on Twitter, and it basically said, hey, we've seen all the feedback and we're not going to do anything, so bye. Please buy the game, bye. I feel happy to be sort of proven correct on the fact that they are ego developers, and a lot of you guys seem to like that, so maybe we'll make that a bit of a thing here. So just a small note on the gameplay. Once again, it's reverse boosted, and I think I get like 50 something kills. I might get like an SE-130. A pretty sort of fast-paced gameplay. I'm just running about having fun, which, you know, it is what you're supposed to be doing in Call of Duty, but, you know, that's a different story. We're not ranting about Modern Warfare 2 today. If you want to see that video, there's an eye, like a little card in the top right corner. Go click it. You'll see my fully unfiltered opinions on Modern Warfare 2. The thing I most want to talk about today is the Modern Warfare 2 beta. In Call of Duty history, was the biggest beta of all time. Most hours played, most players, most matches played. And I would say based on social media and all that kind of stuff as well, it definitely had the most people talking. Everybody was talking. I just whacked my microphone. Everybody was talking about Modern Warfare 2 over the last couple of weeks, and rightfully so. As much as I have my issues with the game, Modern Warfare 2 was a ton of fun. Like, it genuinely did feel a lot more like an older Call of Duty to me. I had a friend of mine who said, like, this is kind of like Black Ops 1 with some new stuff in it, and I sort of see where he's coming from. It definitely gives me some older vibes, but of course we have some of the new gen features, which are like red dots on the minimap, you know, the squad spawn system, which I definitely think that they should consider changing and tweaking. Would it be completely unfair to say that given the popularity that this game's already gotten, literally it's got the most playtime of any beta ever, should Infinity Ward really be listening to you and me? Not just you. I just said you in the title to make it more inflammatory, to make you click the video. But should they really be listening to you, who wants slide cancelling and who wants to slap noobs all day? Should they really? Probably not, to be honest. Let's be honest here. If we want Call of Duty to be successful, which I certainly do, because I want to make YouTube videos in Call of Duty. The gaming scene's so dry, bro. I just need a game to play. If Modern Warfare 2 is fun and playable, I will be the happiest person to stream and upload this game every day. Even take a look at the last couple of Call of Duties before Modern Warfare 2. We had Call of Duty Vanguard, which was probably the most aggressive, fast-paced, cracked out experience that you could even imagine. I think it's probably the fastest Call of Duty of all time, and I'm talking about Call of Duty that's had free jetpack games. I think Call of Duty Vanguard was the fastest paced Call of Duty. Obviously it was because of the pacing and all that kind of stuff, but you will never get anything like Das Haus again. Like, Das Haus was just unbelievable. To be honest with you guys, as much hate as Call of Duty Vanguard got, it was actually quite a fun game because you could do that aggressive gameplay. But you have to admit that for your average casual player who's, you know, kind of sitting there smoking a blunt and fucking whatever, bro, gets home from work, wants to sit there and smoke a blunt and play the game without having to run about and go crazy and slide cancel and get spawn killed. I mean, you can sort of understand why casual players didn't really like Vanguard. And with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, that was just such a boring game, bro. I hated Black Ops Cold War, bro. It just felt so bad. Although, like, half the maps ended up being Black Ops 2 maps, the maps in that game generally were a lot better than Modern Warfare 2019. And thankfully, the maps that are in Modern Warfare 2, and actually Vanguard as well, Vanguard had probably the best maps we've seen in years in Call of Duty. From what we've seen so far with Modern Warfare, the maps are fantastic. The game does feel really good, man, like the recoil, all of the weapons, the way things shoot. And actually, to be honest with you guys, the performance in Modern Warfare 2 was surprisingly good. I had played that on a busted up jet engine ass, fucking microwave ass, vacuum cleaner of a PlayStation 4 Pro with dust in it and shit. And that game run pretty well. The servers were chalked in Japan, but the performance in console was quite good. So you gotta give credit where it's due, bro. Like, this was a free-year Call of Duty, so it doesn't feel like it's an incomplete game. I think Vanguard and Black Ops Cold War, the main failure of those two games is the fact that they felt incomplete. With Modern Warfare 2, we have a complete game. They've got a lot of new game modes coming out, Warzone 2, DMZ. They're even doing Spec Ops, which hopefully is better than Modern Warfare 2019 Spec Ops, because Spec Ops was pretty fun. I think the best thing we can hope for, and the best way to kind of balance the ecosystem, is to hope that Infinity Ward listen to at least some of our feedback. I think the number one thing, if you think of any piece of feedback that you could possibly want to change in Modern Warfare 2, whether it be red dots on the minimap, whether it be spawns, whether it be faster paced gameplay, more players on the map, whatever, visibility, it doesn't matter, whatever your number one piece of feedback is, there's no piece of feedback or anything that is going to be more important than skill-based matchmaking. And I think that is the one thing that if Call of Duty is to survive and do well, skill-based matchmaking needs to be toned back a little bit. As I mentioned in my last video, I definitely recommend checking that out, by the way. Skill-based matchmaking is getting to the point where it is starting to affect sort of casual players who were only just brand new to Call of Duty in Modern Warfare 2019. They've been playing Warzone and Call of Duty for 3 years, and they're now good players and getting punished by it. So it is getting to the point where, you know, we're more about retaining players instead of acquiring players, I think. Of course, you will always acquire new players with every new Call of Duty because people will get their first ever Call of Duty. I think in general, Modern Warfare 2019 was the game that sort of brought the older players back in the loop again, and of course, Vanguard and Black Ops Cold War sort of kicked them back out the door, and here we are 3 years later with another Modern Warfare game. Should they make the game more like Call of Duty Vanguard and Black Ops and essentially, you know, alienate the casual players? Maybe not. I disagree with a lot of the things that are in Modern Warfare 2, but maybe not, honestly. I think we just need a compromise, and if Infinity Ward can get over their ego for 1 second, just for 1 second, and at least give us a middle ground, a perk that shows us red dots on the minimap, a perk that gives us quieter footsteps. Listen, the footsteps do not have to be dead silent, but they can definitely give us a perk which gives us quieter footsteps. With the spawning system, the only problem that I can see with the traditional spawning system is spawn trapping. In general, give us somewhat predictable gameplay, where if I spawn on A, and we've got B, they should be spawning on C. And if we push up too much, they'll flip to A. It's as simple as that. It's been the same in every Call of Duty before. Slightly quieter footsteps overall. We're not talking about slide cancelling, we're not talking about completely destroying the experience for casual players. We're just talking about slightly toning back the gameplay which is completely catered to campers. That is all that we need. We don't need like a big overhaul in this game. We need them just to listen and tweak it back ever so slightly, because realistically, good players are going to play against good players for the most part with the skill-based lobbies. So there's absolutely no reason why you can't tone it back a little bit so that Timmies and people who just want to play casually and camp, or people who want to play like a tactical shooter type of vibe, those guys can still enjoy the game, but it's not completely untenable for anybody who wants to play a little bit aggressively. I think if they can do that, we're in a really, really good position with this game. Vanguard, like, they made us, you know, here's the bipolar thing about the Call of Duty community that always happens every year. New Call of Duty comes out. Oh my god, the last Call of Duty was actually good, even though they completely just fucking ignored it for the last, like, 8 months. Sledgehammer were actually listening to feedback. Yeah, Sledgehammer were listening to feedback, but unfortunately they were forced to abandon that game and work on Modern Warfare 2022, so it is what it is, boys. It is what it is. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't think I have really much more to say. Modern Warfare 2, most hours played, most players, most matches played. They probably should not bring back slide cancelling. They probably should not, you know, make the footsteps like dead silent. But I think they definitely should try to give us middle grounds. If they don't want to give us red dots on the minimap, give us a perk. Nobody even used that perk in Vanguard because it was in the same category as Ghost. Easy, just do that. It shuts people up, it'll keep people happy. And finally guys, this video is sponsored by the algorithm. That is correct, folks. All you guys have to do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and the algorithm will push this video to more people. So make sure you guys go on ahead and do so, because it'll help me a lot. And I am genuinely interested to hear what your opinions are on this matter. Should Infinity Ward go on ahead and listen to us, or should they maybe try to make the game more casual? Be sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. And until next time, this has been KingPlays. Good luck, and peace out.